Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing powders and setting sprays. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you are a subscriber, thanks for coming back. If this is something that you're interested in, keep on watching. Okay, first we're going to start with this Dominique Cosmetics. I got this in a boxy charm, and this is actually pretty good. It's a very soft velvety texture, and it has a bit of a tint to it, but it does smooth over the face, and I do quite like it. The next one is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. This went viral on TikTok, and it is a full coverage foundation. I'm not too much into powder foundation these days, but I do put this on when it's a necessity for extra full coverage, but I do quite like this. L'Oreal is actually one of my favorite brands when it comes to face products. Next we have the Sigma Beauty Loose Powder. I got this when I did a big Sigma order. This is actually nice and velvety too, and it does have a tint. This is the translucent one, and I do quite like this one as well. The next one, I do have two of these, the Matte Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. The first one is in 05 Fair, and the other one is in 10 Fair Light. This one is quite light on me. I usually use this under the eyes or on my body, and this one I use if I need an extra tint, if my foundation is a little bit too light, and this one adds a little bit more color to the face. This is a really good cheap foundation that you can buy from the drugstore. This one I was actually quite pleasantly surprised. I got this in the boxy charm, and this is the Bobbi Brown Pale Yellow Sheer Finish Press Powder, and it's very smooth and velvety as well. Has a nice texture to it, and it does a nice cover to the face, and I usually use this for setting my powder, my foundation. This one is not around anymore. This is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. As you can see, I don't have much left in it. I do like this. It does have a nice cooling effect in the skin, and that feels really nice. It's a little bit more of a thicker powder, and it does have one of those nice caps on it, so you don't spill it all over the place. But this one I do quite like. I am going to end up using this up. There's actually not too many powders in my collection that I don't like. I don't have that many powders, to be honest. Next one they don't have anymore either. I got this in the sale. This is the Peach Perfect setting powder. They call this a translucent, but I think it has bits of a peach tint to it, really. And this one I also use as a setting powder when it comes to, I think the peach is kind of cute. I also use this as an extra shade of tint if my foundation is a little bit too light. This one I'm actually not too fond of. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh in 120 Fair, and I don't know, there's something about this one. I think it might have talc in it. I'm not too sure, but there's something about this one I don't like very much. The next one I haven't really used that much. This is the number 7 Loose Powder in, doesn't have a color, I think it's just a translucent powder, but this one, number 7, is actually a pretty good brand. You can find this in Walgreens, and I kept the poof on mine, but this one is not too bad. I do quite like it. Next is a set of Physicians Formula. This one is the Baby Butter. This one is the Butterscotch. I think the faces on these are so cute. And this one is the Bitter Butter. They actually smell really nice. They kind of have that nice coconut-y smell to them, and they're quite smooth, and they feel really nice on the skin. I don't know if they sell this anymore, but it is it feels really nice, and I do quite like these. I think this one is more of a white cast on it, this one has more of a pale yellow, and this one has more of a yellow, and I think this one is the illuminating one. No, that's banana butter. This is the illuminating one. But I do like all three, and they all kind of pretty much look the same on the skin. So next one is the Too Faced loose setting powder. You can use this as just your foundation, and this is in the color Translucent. This one is a little bit more thicker than the others, but I do set this on top of my liquid foundation. It is quite nice on it too, and it has one of those protective caps on it. And I think they give you a generous amount. I think it's in, how many? 0.56 ounces. Now this one is a gargantuan one. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I was actually quite interested in this one. I saw this on Instagram, and it showed it was supposed to be waterproof. They took a dip of the powder and set it into a bowl of water, and the powder was actually still there. It has a white cast on it, but I don't really see it in pictures or anything, so I do quite like it. Next one I really like. It does hit hard pan a little bit, so I do have to kind of scrape it off every once in a while, but this is the Becca Light Shifter Finishing Veil, and this is really, really nice. I wish Becca isn't out of business anymore, but I think it's Smashbox who owns them, but this one is a really nice. As you can see, it has a little bit of hard pan around it, but I do kind of scrape that off, and has this as a finishing powder, and it's really nice and glowy. Now the Urban Decay one that I have here, it's called the All Nighter Translucent. This one actually really sets on your skin and stays put for quite some time. I do really like this one a lot. I haven't tried the setting spray or the foundation, the liquid one, at all, but I am kind of curious since this one does a really good job. And my last one, and certainly not the least, is the Powder Foundation Physicians Formula Mineral Wear. I haven't really worn this that much, but I do quite like it. This is a standalone foundation that you're supposed to use, and I only use these in the summer because I do have dry skin during the winter, but I do quite like this one too. And it has a nice little poof going on there too. But out of all of them, I think there's only one, that CoverGirl one, that I really don't like, but the rest of them I do quite like. Okay, here as you can see, I do not have very many setting sprays. I haven't really gone into setting sprays. I'm not really sure if it does anything, but it does feel nice on the skin and kind of rehydrates. So I'll kind of go through what we got here. The first one we're going to start off with is actually my favorite one. I really love the glass bottle. It looks so luxurious. This is the Physicians Formula Essence of Healthy Brightening Complex. This feels really nice. It kind of has a bit of a coconut-y smell to it, and it feels really good. I love the mister on it. It's very fine, and I do have to say that this one's probably my favorite. My second favorite, well actually second and third, this one actually has the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It's mist in it, but I also have a bit of the ColourPop Pretty Fresh mixed into it. They both have this coconut-y smell to it, and I really, really like the mister on this. It's really fine, and it feels really good on the skin. But this is a really good one, and I kept the bottle because of it. The next one would probably have to be the Anastasia Dewy Set. This one, you would think that it has a bunch of glitter in it, but it doesn't. It's their setting mist. It's not as fine as the other two, but this one does feel nice on the skin. It's not my favorite, but I will use it up. Next we have the Beauty Blender Redo Set and Refresh spray. This kind of has a funny smell to it. I don't know if I really like this one that much. I haven't really used it. This has two caps for some reason, but the setting on this is terrible. I think I'm gonna wait for the Pretty Fresh to empty out first before I put it back in this bottle here and use that, because this is just not very good. I mean, the pink is really cute and everything, but just the mist is just terrible. And my last but not least is the Complex Culture one. I really do like the brand a lot. The mister is okay. Apparently it's not working now. It shows how much I use it, but yeah, it's gotten bad. But this one is okay. This one also kind of a funny smell to it. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest with you. And that was kind of a short video, but we'll go on to the next here. Thank you for watching, and if you are not a subscriber, subscribe for more of my makeup collection. Thank you.